Welcome back. Bruce Porter joins us now for this week's Dollars and Cents segment, where he takes a viewer's email, tries to answer their financial question on air. Good to see you again, Bruce.
Good to see you guys. Bruce.
Let's take a look at today's question. What is the first step to getting out of debt? Oh my gosh. The first step.
That's a really good question. A lot of people struggle with debt.
Yeah.
If you're single, my suggestion, get a grip with where you're at. How much am I earning? How much am I spending? Kind of get a handle on where you're going with how you're going to handle the debt you've got. Don't accrue any more debt. Now, if you're a family, I think it's an emotional problem for most families. I think you need to sit down as a family. I think you need to establish some boundaries. Here's how much income we have. Here's our monthly expenses. Here's our non-essential expenses.
Right.
Take a piece of paper. I don't think we want to overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. Draw a line, income on one side, monthly essentials, and then non-essentials.
Exactly.
Find out where your money is going. And then as a family, establish some boundaries. Here's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to make sure that we maintain our household.
Right.
But the extras we've been doing, we're going to have to gear back on that a little bit until we get a handle on our debt. Then we establish our painful debt, the things that are really eating away at our income. Then we get a handle on that. We establish a plan for reducing or eliminating that debt. This emotional problem can create stress in the family, can create all kinds of problems. Getting a handle on it as a family, sitting down together, discussing it, discussing what the problem is, I think that's a big step in the right direction.
Well, now, when you talk about measuring things, you know, putting all your debts and income, et cetera, when you look at trying to, for instance, how much debt is safe? Okay, we can work with this. Do you work percentage-wise? Do you work dollars and cents-wise? How do you go with that?
It depends on where you're at. If you're working off a fixed income, mom and dad working and they're bringing home this much money, well, you've got to operate within that. You've got to run your household on that. I don't think it's as important to establish a percentage as it is to make sure that the dollars you're spending are being spent wisely.
Right.
If you're going, if you're getting a latte every morning for $5 on your way to work, that's $60 a month. You know what, more. And I think those are some of the non-essential things that you might have to sacrifice until you get a handle on your debt.
That seems like common sense to me, though. It's like, but those lattes can add up. I mean, it's like, you
don't think about them many times.
No.
Oh, it's just a latte.
But it's $5, even for us. Well,
you'll have to look at the accrued spending that you're doing.
If you do that every day of the week, you got $25 there per week.
That's
you know, and sometimes we think we need things that we just really don't need.
That's right. Going out to eat instead of taking your lunch.
Right.
I mean, there's all kinds of ways you can address it. But I think the bottom line, once you establish where's my money going, a lot of people get out of control and they just lose track of where their money's going. And I think you really have to keep a handle on that. Here's how much money I have to operate with, and here's where it has to go to maintain my utilities, my insurance, things like that, my household. Now here's my discretionary money. Debt reduction is going to take place out of discretionary money, and if you can't find out where your discretionary money is going, it's going to be a hard time to get a handle on your debt.
And so many times it is more than dollars and cents. I mean, it has to do with the health of a family. They show that money can often be the #1 cause for divorce, dysfunctional families,
That's exactly
different things like that. So yeah, very important. Get a hold of your debt right away.
Discussing it is very important.